Yeah.
Now, we kind of talked about this team and their defense. Oh my God, the way that they suffocated Nikola Jokic and made his life miserable. I watched this game live yesterday, and I was just impressed. They were literally at points. I don't know how Jacques Vaughn designed this, but they were playing like a zone defense where four guys would be guarding Jokic, but at the same time still guarding the rest of the team. It was fantastic. The Brooklyn Nets are playing some of the most, most ingenuity defense with the most ingenuity in it.
I believe it now is 6 games where they have the best combined defense in the NBA. I think that's the blueprint to beating Denver is make everybody else beat you. Jamal have his moments, Michael have his moments, Gordon solid, KCP. They all play really well
Christian
together.
Brown.
If I'm in a 7-game series, I have to neutralize Jokic on offense as much as I can and then just go at him. I think the Nets have a lot of high IQ basketball players who are beginning to mesh well with each other. If Dinwiddie's not playing good basketball, he's going to look to distribute. Your career high in assists last night. Nicholas Claxton. It's like if Claxton, high IQ, I mean like Claxton started, it might have even been 7-7. He started off red hot. He wasn't missing. Dinwiddie's feeding. Feed the hot hand. I'm not the hot hand tonight. It's Claxton. So let's feed Claxton. Mikal Bridges has done a great job to begin to ascend. I think most people would imagine right now that it's a safe bet to say Mikal Bridges is no doubt about it a complimentary number 2 on a championship caliber team like a Chris Middleton, a closer, a guy who can defend.
Yeah, he has become a Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges has become a Chris Middleton guy. I think we used to view him as a
borderline 4. Or borderline 3, more of a 4.
Yeah, third or fourth option. Now I think Mikal Bridges is a guy that, let's say, if the Bucks were like, oh, we don't want to pay Chris Middleton this offseason $45 million. Here, Brooklyn, here's every single pick we have, and Marjon Beauchamp.
That's scary. That's a scary thought. Mikal Bridges on the Bucks. Oh my goodness.
I'm not saying that they're trading, but I could see a bunch of contending teams where they're like, we need a number 2. I think in Mikal Bridges at this point, the way that he's playing, the guy should be considered an all-NBA player.
Like maybe for like right now, but not for the season.
I mean, I'm about to pull up his combined averages for the season.
Probably 16, 6 and 3.
Well, he's averaging 25 for the Nets. He was averaging 17 this season for the Suns. Combined so far, dude, that was good math. 18.8. He's shooting 47% from the field, 40% from 3, 4.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, a steal a night, a block a night, 1.5 turnovers. Not that bad.
It's not bad at all. It's just not all NBA quite yet. If you have the whole season on the Brooklyn Nets, we got a different conversation.
Well, 10 more games, that'll be 23 games with the Net.
Jalen Brunson, for example.
I mean, Mikal Bridges will be first-team defense, defense this season. I'm just saying I think Mikal Bridges has put himself as a top 5 two-way wing. He's arguably the best, if not one of the best, defensive wings in the league. This is a guy who has been Defensive Player of the Year candidate before for points, one of the best perimeter defending wings, and now he's showing he's one of the best scoring wings. So at this point, Mikal Bridges has put himself in that top 5, in my opinion, two-way wings in the league that you think, where you have like OG Anunoby, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Mikal Bridges. I guess Paul George not anymore. Would you not think Paul? I guess Paul George, he doesn't play defense like he used to be, but what Paul George used to be, I guess you get what I'm saying with that. But those 6'7", 6'8" guys who can play both sides of the ball. And Dorian Finney-Smith was feeling himself also last night. I do want to say that.
What's that? 2 straight big time threes now.
It was big time threes. Dorian Finney-Smith ended with 14, Claxton 20. Spencer Dinwiddie also had a great game. He's been getting getting better and better. He had 16 assists. God damn, he was setting up everybody. Hey, my boy, you know who's been great since the trade? Who's really came alive?
Joe Harris.
I mean, Joe Harris and Seth Curry found their 3-point shot, but my boy Royce O'Neal.
Yeah, Royce has been nice for him.
Royce has really came in and has bought in even more, and he's been playing fantastic in my opinion, and definitely somebody that has been making a huge impact for this team. But well, do you think this Brooklyn Nets squad could upset a team in the postseason?
Not a chance. There's not a single chance. But they'll give, it's looking like Cleveland a run for their money. They'll make it interesting. They'll keep it interesting. I don't know if they'll make it interesting. They'd be able to snag 2. Cleveland's a good defensive team, though. They'd be able to. I would imagine if we get into the playoffs, I will just game plan literally around Mikal Bridges and let everyone else do whatever they please, really. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's definitely, when you try. I think right now, that's a good way to put it, because the cupboard in terms of offense is a bit bare. I think it might be easy for teams to game plan, but I also see this being the type of team that first round matchup, if they play a team right now, let's look at the standing for the Nets. If the Nets
got swept by the Celtics with KD, so
that is true.
On an upset.
That was Steve Nash's head coach, though.
Yeah.
So
KD's a top 5 player, though.
All right, if they're the 5th seed, they would play the Cavaliers right now.
Yeah, Cavs in 6. Which is perfectly fine. It's a good way to end the season for Brooklyn, no doubt.
Yeah. Which team, if they Cavs or Sixers, it looks like would be the 2 teams that they would play.
Yeah.
Which team would be the more likely team to get upset by the Nets? Cavs or Sixers? I say the Cavs. Actually, I say the Sixers.
Yeah, I'd throw the money on the Cavs, but the Sixers, I don't think are far off.
I think Doc Rivers would just be incompetent and just
I think the Sixers have a higher chance of screwing it up.
Okay, yeah. On paper, it should be the Cavs, but in my mind, the Sixers for some reason would be the team to lose to the Nets, because the Nets would just go super space ball, where they'd be like, "Oh, Nick Claxton's just not going to play. We're just going to run Mikal Bridges, Dorian Finney-Smith, Royce O'Neal, Joe Harris, and Seth Curry," and they're just going to literally be like, "Oh, by the way, we're just going to shoot 83s a game," and then basically tell Joel Embiid to come out to the perimeter.
He's not going to get. They wouldn't get as many foul calls. Claxton doesn't have to deal with foul trouble.
Yeah. and then they'd have James Harden double team. They just tell Joel, beat us. We'll take everyone away. Tell Joel to beat you.
Yeah. It's honestly not bad.
It's honestly not a bad plan. And they have so many shooters that they'll be like, yeah, we'll just shoot 63s a night. If we get 20 of those, that's 60 points right there. So. But we're talking about, I think it's a good thing that we kind of talked about the Cavaliers right there, which I think the Cavs are themselves a team that has been interesting to watch.